We're live. Yes, we are. Hello, everybody. It's Skip Clark. Skip Happens and Deb Lamphere, the president of the official country music fan club. And tonight we're back with you. Man, I'll tell you, it's night after night after night of some great, great artists. And the artists that we're having here on this podcast with Skip Happens, these are the artists to keep an eye on. Make sure when we get done tonight, you go and find out what they're all about in the way of their music. You download their music, you get some merchandise, you make everybody happy. Ladies and gentlemen, there they are. That is the group Lockeland. How you guys?
Hey.
Welcome.
I don't know. I was just like rambling through that intro. I had no idea. If you asked me to repeat it right now, I would not be able to do that. So I have no idea. So anyways, we got the guys from Lockeland with us. You're in Nashville, correct?
Mm-hmm. That we are.
Are you right downtown Nashville?
Essentially, yeah. It's called the Gulch. But
yeah, the Gulch.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really nice area.
Yeah.
Remember, we go to CRS every year, and a lot of people escape from CRS and they head to the Gulch. So just there's some pretty cool bars and just some really a cool place to hang.
It is isn't that the newest, one of the newer developments there, right?
It's fairly new. I mean,
past 10 years.
Yeah, past 10 years it's been growing. Especially the past 4 years, it's really grown.
That's what I'm thinking. The last 4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
Great place. It's a hoppin'.
It is a hopping, and it's hopping in Nashville with these guys from Lockeland. Why don't you guys introduce yourself?
All right. I'm Michael Boris.
I'm Kyndon.
And I'm Mark Vikingstad.
And we're Lockeland.
I love it. Wait a minute. Wait, Deb, I don't know if you know this, but we got a couple of New Yorkers right there.
Oh,
2 out of the
Right.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Where in New York?
Long Island.
No way. Where?
East Islip is my hometown.
Oh, I grew up in Selden.
Okay, great. I was gonna say I could hear that a little bit of that Long Island accent on your voice, just a little bit.
I'm glad there's a little bit still there. I have to hide it when I'm here, but as soon as I go home, forget it.
Oh yeah. Forget about it. I hear it a little bit. That's great. Very cool.
And who else was from New York?
Me. I'm from Binghamton, actually outside of Binghamton, Appalachian, New York.
So you're right up the road from us then.
I'm right up the road. Yeah, I was just talking to Skip earlier, and it was like we were talking about chicken speedies, the Syracuse Orangemen, dinosaur barbecue, and I guess it's the Destiny Mall, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's never going to open at this point.
I know. Today in the news, the governor has pretty much said that the malls, the theaters, gyms will not be able to reopen.
Yeah.
With everything else as we roll into phase 4. We're rolling into phase 4 here. And talking about that, how have you guys been handling this quarantine? How has all that been going for you?
It's been good. I mean, we've been working pretty hard lately. We did take about a month and a half to self-isolate and kind of just hang out at our respective houses. And
that was when
when it first,
it's all serious.
Right at the beginning of March.
All serious, but that's like right when the quarantine first started, when it was really pretty serious and but then as soon as the federal general quarantine lifted, that's when we kind of were like, okay, let's start.
We can get back together and start working.
But the past month, I mean, we've been getting together, writing a lot more, trying to record songs and set up meetings.
Been very busy lately.
Do you think the quarantine has actually been very beneficial for you?
In some aspects, yes. In other aspects, no.
Yeah.
I think for a brand new artist like us, I mean, I still would consider us pretty brand new.
Yeah.
I think for the idea of live streams and the attention that live streams are getting on social media via Instagram and Facebook, that's been pretty cool to see. That, I mean, that's the only way you can consume live music right now is by going to these live streams on people's Facebook. And especially when you get to do a takeover or do an interview like this,
right.
We noticed that the fans love it. They love to see that. They love to see that interaction. It's just us being real on camera. We get to play our songs and they get to hear our music, and it's a wonderful, wonderful outlet. We've had a lot of fun with that. And then the other aspect is that we can't play live. So we can't have the interaction.
We're itching to do that. We're itching to do that.
So once it all kind of comes back, we're going to be ready to go.
I was going to say, there's got to be a little bit of, obviously, like you say, you get on and you do the Facebook Lives, you do the takeovers, you do these interviews and these podcasts, and it's great to play your music, but it's just being on that stage and feeling the energy from your fans and your audience. I mean, there's got to be a big, big, big difference. You know?
Oh yeah. Yeah. We played our first show like a week ago out. And there was a handful of people there, but you kind of expect that right now with everything going on. But just being out and just being around the people and everything, you just you forget how much you miss it.
Isn't there? Did you play in Nashville this past week?
It was last Wednesday. I think.
Oh, well, I was just wondering if they allowed you all to be on stage, because I thought you could only have 2 artists up there and limited audience.
We don't really know what's going on.
Okay, they have their own rules.
The government websites say one thing, and then yet the bars are telling everybody that it's a little bit different.
Bars and the venues.
And the venues and they're having more people on stage now, and it's okay. And we just hey, if they ask us to play, we go okay, we'll play. Yeah,
right.
Doing what you're told. There you go.
I don't think anybody really knows.
It's interesting though. I mean, you got to find the silver linings and everything, because it's again, the quarantines force us to get really creative with how we, not being able to actually really actively play out, like to get really creative with like our social media and, again, these live streams, like we've been trying to better our live stream game every single time, and just trying to make the best of it. And,
yeah, definitely. Everybody we've talked to, Deb and I have spoken to, have said that the good side about the quarantine is you've been forced to be, in a good way, be more creative, maybe even focus a little bit more on your writing when you have time to just be by yourself and be able to do those type of things. It's, thinking of new ways to do things. However, it does suck when you can't get on stage and play for an audience, but still, so there are some benefits to that. And, maybe hopefully soon it'll all come out, and you guys are going to be rocking and all that good stuff.
Where did you play? Where was your first outing at?
We played at Lemon Jam.
Oh yeah, we did play at
The Lemon Jam.
Yeah.
The Lemon Tree. Where was it?
It was for some friends of ours.
Oh, okay.
That was the first one, but the one on out like downtown was a place called Live Oak on Demonbreun.
Oh,
sorry.
That's a pretty popular place, actually. I've been hearing a lot of artists hanging out, going over there.
First time I went to Nashville, I saw Demonbreun. I thought it was like Demon Burrow or something.
Yeah.
I'm telling the taxi driver, I need to go to Demon Burrow, and to get to my hotel, he goes, Demonbreun. I said, yes, that's what I'm looking for.
Oh, Demonbreun.
Yeah.
It's a quick funny story about that is Long Island and New York and stuff. All these names for all these towns are all like Native American tribes and everything on Long Island. And I think Ronkonkoma was my wife and I flew back to New York, and she said to my parents, who read the sign, she goes, "What's Ronkonkoma?"
Yeah, we've heard that before.
And I fell out. I was that was the funniest thing to hear. It's like, Ronkonkoma. I was like, hey, but when you're not from somewhere, you just don't really know.
No, that's true. But it's funny. I get it.
Patchogue's another one people don't know how to say. Swag. We have a lot of kind of funky names out there. So how did you three come together? What's your story? Because I missed the beginning when I was doing my hair when you guys were all chatting, probably in the beginning. So
well, we already did the whole interview.
I know.
But
we met eight years ago, roughly, give or take. And so Mark and I were doing a lot of writers' rounds, and we were writing together and everything. And I was doing my own solo artist thing, and Mark met Michael through another mutual friend, I believe.
Writers round,
yeah, and then introduced me, and then Mark and Michael both were playing for me when I was doing my thing, and singing harmonies and everything. And about 3 years ago, we got together to work on a song that I was looking at cutting, and started rehearsing the harmonies, and we're like, man, this sounds really good. Like the blend is really good, and so we kind of jokingly at the time, we were like, we should just do this. And everybody was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's do the trio thing. And it just kind of just blossomed from there.
Guys are so easily accommodated.
Thank you.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's like girls, they probably have to have a meeting. They got to get their contracts out. They have to,
be like, dude, you want to play?
Guys are just
that's pretty much how it
so
went.
easy.
That's really what it was.
Well, you sound great.
8 o'clock, same place. We'll do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. How did you come up with the name Lockeland? Hello?
So Lockeland,
okay.
with Kyndon being from Kansas and Mark and I being from the state of New York, we met in Nashville and locked the lands in between. So, and Nashville's landlocked too. So there's that.
Yeah, we had a long text thread going of names for a while. Once we decided to become a trio, we had a list of names.
Month. Yeah, there was
long bunch of messages between
a lot
us.
of interesting names.
The one I can remember that Kyndon really liked was The Rise. RYSE.
No, RYES.
Oh yeah. Was
All
it?
right,
RYES.
Okay.
But that was one, and then Lockeland just felt really great when we.
Yeah, it was. I remember. Yeah, because like we were tossing around that name Lockeland. We were like, yeah, it's pretty cool. We started.
Mark came up with some really interesting ones too.
Ones that they can't share on this podcast.
It's a podcast. You can say anything you want.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well then.
I wish we could find that thread. If we could go back and look at those names, it would be funny.
I love it, man. I love it. You came out Till the Cows Come Home. That was your first song sent to radio, your first single sent to radio, if I'm not mistaken. That was an upbeat, fun tune. And now, of course, you got Made for Mornings coming out. I saw it on the chart today, and of course, I'm getting the calls on it at my office, and
very nice,
definitely good stuff. Yeah. Now, tell us about the latest single, Made for Mornings.
So we were downstairs in the Gulch at Starbucks. Me and Keith were down there, and there was a sign advertisement for a breakfast sandwich, and it said "Made for Mornings" on the top. It said "Made for Mornings," and I go, "Oh man, that's a song. We have to write that. We have to get that down." And told him to put it in his phone. And our buddy Ren Anderson, who also penned "Till the Cows Come Home" with us, he came over and we wrote this song, and it just one of those songs that kind of just came.
It wrote itself.
It was great. Yeah, it was a great writing session, if I can remember correctly, and it was really smooth. It was just a song about a guy who's a partier, meets this love of his life kind of thing, changes his whole entire attitude towards what he was doing before, and it's a nice twist on a love story in a way.
It's cool.
Yeah.
So, and how often do you get out and you see something like that and you go, "That's got to be a song. We got to put that into a tune. We got to write that down."
Every day for me.
For him, it's all the time.
It's every day, but it's not always. It's not always just written on something. It might just be walking by something and it'll trigger something, or I'll just be like at the gym on the treadmill and I'll be bored listening to music or something, but I'll something will click, so I'll write it down. Yeah.
Conversation happens with somebody, that maybe
all the time.
Haven't talked to in a long time, or you talk to every day, and all of a sudden they just say something that just sparks.
Yeah.
You go, okay, let's write that song.
That's cool. Yeah. That's cool. Have you guys had the opportunity to be on that big stage with, or open up for anybody, any of the current superstars? Have you been able to get out and about before all this quarantine set in, or no?
Yeah. So we last year we opened up a couple times for Big and Rich. They've had us out
okay
a few times, and so that's a whole party, man.
Oh, you don't have to tell us. We've been to Mount Richmore. We've been up there.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've experienced the Big Rich experience.
Oh yeah, having a big and rich time.
Yes, we have. We was there one night. I think Jeff Hanna from the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band was hanging out. Yeah, it turned into one heck of a party.
And they're good dudes. They're good guys.
Absolutely. You can't ask for better people.
Yeah, they're great. And so we opened up for Big and Rich, and then we toured the UK last year as well. Wow. We had 5 shows over there, 2 at the Millport Country Music Festival in Scotland, the Long Road Festival, then we played in London, and then York as well. So
wow.
Yeah, so in Scotland we opened up for Cam. We were direct support for Cam. And then in the Long Road we let's see, we opened up for
Eric Pasley, Kip Moore. Yeah, I just saw him today at the gym. So
there you go.
We go to the same gym.
I would have never have guessed unless you were talking to him or something. No, I'm just kidding. But absolutely. How about the country fans when you're overseas, when you're in Scotland?
Oh, man.
They're just unbelievable.
Incredible.
Unbelievable.
Wonderful people. Just wonderful people. They are very, very attentive to the art, which is really neat. Because when we were playing our songs, when you're looking out to the audience, you look at them and they're intently looking back at you, and you can tell they're soaking in everything you're doing. They're soaking in every chord, they're soaking in every lyric, and they really value the art over there, which was really nice because you know we put a lot of our blood, sweat, and tears into our art, you know, and to have people look at it and really appreciate it. It was like, wow, this is cool.
They knew songs that we haven't even released yet. You know, we would do just acoustic songs, you know, on social media, and they knew the lyrics, you know. So that's cool.
Yeah, and they're all singing back to you. That's got to be pretty awesome. You're going, how do they know this?
Yeah.
That feeling.
Great group of people.
That's a good sign right there, man. That's a great sign if that happens. Who would you say is the leader of the group, the trio?
Define leader.
The leader of the party nights, the leader of the
there's many different hats that we all seem to wear.
We all kind of try to
spread it around,
carry certain things. So it depends on what we're talking about.
Yeah, like with the UK tour, Michael took a lot of that on himself with the scheduling and getting that all scheduled and talking to the promoters and whoever was having us over there and making sure that we had the rooms and the hotel stuff. So Michael really acted as our tour manager for that tour. So he wore that hat. You know, we've all worn the producer hat on Made for Mornings. Michael's taken the reins on producing for the other songs that we've done. The songwriting comes from all three of us. Sometimes it's me and Kyndon. Sometimes it's all three of us with the songwriting. So we all kind of take our turn, kind of working our way through this music business.
But probably me.
Oh, man.
Well, I'd say he's probably the leader of all the social activities.
It seems like y'all get along really, really good.
Yeah.
And you know, you've been together 8 years now or something like that, and you guys are just hitting it off, and you're hitting the radio now. You got the, like we mentioned just minutes ago, Made for Mornings coming out, and they're pushing it to radio right now. So hopefully that's going to be on. Hey, can we ask you to play something while we have you right here?
Yeah,
guitar in your lap. Can you do some? What do you think, Deb?
Oh, absolutely. They have to play.
You can go and maybe you want to fix your hair or anything while they're playing.
I want to hear them now.
Oh, sure, I will. Oh, sorry, you're talking to her.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, Michael.
Listen, you've got really nice hair. Wait till you get it's all thin now. I've got 8 layers of color on there. I'm a little jealous.
It looks great. It looks great.
Yeah. All right. Why don't you play us something? Let's hear a little bit of Lockeland.
Let's do some drive, man.
Drive.
It's so much
All
fun.
right. Oh, drive. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me quickly tune this up first.
We are in Nashville, Tennessee. Crazy humidity.
The guitar's been acting up too.
I love humidity. Go ahead, Skip. Sorry, because you went silent and you were starting to talk.
No, I know. I call it humidity's air to wear.
Air.
It sticks to you.
Oh yeah,
absolutely, yeah.
Man,
we love our Nashville summers, man.
And it raises hell with the guitar strings. That I do know for a fact, and the sound of the guitar. So
someone is at my front door.
Yeah.
We're gonna go play a song.
Okay.
All right, let's do this. Let's do some drive, man.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
65 baby blue Ford has got me trucking down this cotton-filled road. Fast and slow, honey, I don't care. As long as I'm anywhere with you. That's all I wanna do. Just drive, drive, drive. Hit the brakes, baby, jump in. Time to stop and we're gone again. Gravel flies, knocks the rust off the bed of my truck. We can ride this ride until the top falls off. So come on, let's get lost. Hey! Lost in the way that you got me feeling. Taking me places I've never been. You're giving love a brand new meaning, like a tattoo on my skin. Hold on tight and scoot on over. Girl, you can never get close. pushing past the limit, chasing this thing called love. Yeah. Drive, drive, drive. These are songs on the radio, when I can hear the beating of your heart. Mile markers let us know how far we've come and how far we're gonna go. Whoa, whoa, this drive, drive, lost in the way that you got me feeling, taking me places I've never been. You're giving love a brand new meaning, like a tattoo on my skin. Hold on tight and scoot on over, girl, you can never get close enough. Just pushing past the limit, chasing this thing called love. And drive, drive, drive. Woo!
Let's knock this guitar out too. A little more.
Here we go. Hey. Lost in the way that you got me feeling, taking me places I've never been. You're giving love a brand new meaning, like a tattoo on my skin. Hold on tight and scoot on over, girl, you can never get close enough. Just pushing past the limit, chasing this thing called love. I'm in it for a minute, I wanna feel the rush. Drive, drive, drive. Drive, drive, drive.
Wow.
Woo!
That's Lockeland. There they are. Drive. That was one of your earlier. Was that off an EP or an album? It was off the EP, right?
That was actually our second single that we released.
Second single.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. That was a little while ago, though. Then.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was right after Cows. So Cows was our first single, then we came out with Drive.
Right. I got you. I got you. Great, great, great stuff.
Oh my God.
The harmonies are just
Phenomenal.
your voices, all three of you. They blend. They blend.
Thank you.
You know,
That's something that we work super, super hard at. Just to let everybody know that it's not like something that we like, hey, let's just sing this song together. That is one of those things that I'm really proud of as a group.
Yeah.
With the harmonies, because that's a lot of work to learn each other's voices and learn how each other sing. So, I mean, singing with Kyndon for 8+ years, I've learned how he sings. We've kind of learned that about each other. And as we've got as better as a trio, we kind of understand where the inflection is going to go, how the dynamic's going to work. And we work at it a lot. We really work on those harmonies a lot. So we appreciate that. Yes, thank you very much.
Definitely. I mean, it shows. It definitely shows. Go back. When did you first play the guitar?
I started playing guitar when I was around 8 years old. And if I don't tell this story, and I haven't told this story in a long time, actually probably ever while we're all here, because I haven't gotten that question before.
You're the first.
You're the first person.
Look at that.
When did I start playing the guitar? So the really cool story, really quick, was my mom was a huge fan of Garth Brooks, and then they had a private show that was going on Long Island. I can't remember. It was like a private radio thing for him. And my mom had won tickets. She went on the bus and got to the studio wherever they were. And at the end of the show, she went up to Garth and was talking to him just really quick. She goes, I would just really, really love, my son is such a huge fan of yours. Could you please, anything like, I don't have anything for you to sign, but could you please, is there anything you can give my son? And he took off his capo. It didn't look like this or anything, but he took off his capo out of his back pocket. And he placed it in my mom's hands. He goes, you can give this to your son. From that, playing with that capo, I learned how to play guitar. And one of the first songs I ever learned was Bellawood off of Garth's Sevens album. which is super cool. And I had that capo, and I think actually I don't have that capo right now. I think Mom still has it. So Mom, thanks for keeping it for that long, because you probably kept it safer than I would.
Start using it now.
Yeah,
you can play with it.
Yeah, she kept it safe, But it's that was one of those things, and then from that, my dad taught me how to play a bunch of simple chords, and then from that, I've self-taught since then, just learning a bunch of Beatles songs and Garth songs and anything else I could learn.
Yeah, I was reading that if you like the Beatles, the Brothers Osborne, Crosby, Stills, Nash, Simon and Garfunkel, Diamond Rio, Rascal Flatts, you're going to love Lockeland.
Absolutely.
That's what I was reading. Excuse me.
Wait till Garth hears that story one day.
I know. I love that.
It'd be awesome to be able to tell him and just, and be like, hey, I mean, I do tell the story of him. I've met him a couple times throughout the years. I've seen him before, and I tell him all the time I saw him, and whenever I see him, if I run into him, I always try to tell him the story that I was 10 years old, and my mom and I saw him at Central Park at the free concert, and we were right in the front row.
Yep.
And I remember telling him that, and whenever I vividly remember him looking at me, like I think he was in Nashville doing a show or whatever, and I saw him and I told him the story or whatever, and he goes, "Oh my gosh," he goes, "You make me feel old." I was like 26 at the time, and I was 10 at the time that I saw that show, and he goes, "Oh man, well now I feel old. But I didn't get to tell him that capo story. I'm not sure if he would remember that or not, but it'd be super cool to be able to tell him that story.
You might be surprised.
It's very true. It's very true.
Yeah.
Especially back in the younger days when people are starting their career, like you will definitely remember us on this interview.
Oh yeah.
You won't forget us.
100%.
Skip's looking at me. I'm a little giddy tonight. I don't know why. I didn't even have alcohol.
I think Lou's been putting something in her coffee. That's what I think.
Well, he probably has. No, actually, I'm very excited because we are going to be. My son lives in Nashville, but even before that, we've been going there all the time. So I'm having Nashville withdrawals, and we're going there this weekend. So I super can't wait.
Oh, that's great.
So,
awesome.
Are you guys playing anywhere this weekend?
No. As of right now, no, but that could change.
Yeah, we never know.
Sometimes we'll get a last second message or something, and we'll usually take the opportunity.
All right, we'll keep an eye out for you.
Yeah.
You know, my next question is going to be, how about you, Mike? How did you get involved? You're playing the instrument that you're playing, and how did you get involved?
Absolutely. So I started playing drums when I was 11 years old. My dad, I had music on both sides of my family. So my dad's actually a professional drummer as well. When my dad was 18, he toured the world, and he played USO shows, and he's been everywhere. And so he was the drummer, so I kind of followed in his footsteps. Ironically, on my mom's side, my late grandmother, my nana, that's the Italian side of the family.
I got a nana.
But she actually was a professional singer in the 1940s in a vocal trio. And it was her and her two sisters called the Regal Sisters. And so they actually toured up and down, I think, like the East Coast a lot. And they played at the Copacabana in New York City. They were on the radio back then.
Yes.
Which was super cool. And made a record. And, oh, man, just incredible music. So a lot of music in my family. I started playing fife and drum corps actually when I was 11 years old, like the marching stuff, And so I started doing that, and then I got heavy into classical music. I played a lot in orchestras, bands, percussion ensemble, and played a lot in church. Started playing drums at church and youth group and things like that. And then I went to Belmont University here in Nashville. And, graduated 2011 with my music degree. And so basically I'm a sponge when it comes to music. I love absolutely all styles. There's not one style that I don't like. I mean, I think there's something to learn from every single one. And, it's fun being able to, take something different from jazz and Latin and blues and country and rock and, and just be yourself, And so it's pretty, I'm definitely a mixed bag when it comes to music.
Yeah, it's in your blood. You've got those genes. There's no doubt about it. You know what I mean? This is you all the way through. What about you, Kyndon?
As far as music, I've been singing my whole life. When I was kind of like a late bloomer with the guitar because I play guitar as well. I just don't ever play when we play because I just figure I better focus on lyrics and stuff like that. But but I picked up the guitar when I was probably 17, something like that.
Wow, okay.
And once I learned how to play, I just started writing. I mean, that's kind of my main goal was to like learn how to write. And so that's when I started writing. But I was in plays. I was in Grease. I was in Wizard of Oz and all kinds of musicals and like select choir groups. But
like during high school and stuff like that. Or
yeah. And so I played a couple of years of college baseball, and then so I play baseball, and I would just like be singing to the girls, after the games or whatever, and then and then ended up moved to Colorado to play football a year. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a signed Nolan Ryan ball over here.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh man, you and I got to talk because I'm big into baseball here in this house. So go ahead though. Go ahead. Yeah.
But he's a Yankees fan.
Huge Yankees fan.
So
really?
Yeah. Huge Yankees fan.
Uh-oh. Watch out.
Are you Mets, Yankees, or
No, we're the Mets. We're the Mets. Syracuse is now the AAA affiliate of the New York Mets.
That's right.
It just went down last year. Last season was the first season. Before that, we were the Washington Nationals.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, and Deb has heard this story a million times. I work at the ballpark part-time on one of their PA announcers. They need somebody to come in and do it. I do it. My son.
Cool. That's super cool. I love that.
Yeah, I love it. It's the greatest job in the world. It's a lot of fun. And
we'll come up to a game then.
That'd be so fun.
Dude, I'll hook you up. I mean, if we get baseball back, I mean, we'll definitely hook up.
We'll sing the national anthem.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
And as a matter of fact, last season I had somebody do that. So I mean, if we ever get back on, I don't know if it's going to happen this season, but we'll be in touch and we can make
keep our fingers crossed for it. Yeah.
But we are here in this household. We hosted baseball players for many, many years. And at the AAA level, and a lot of those guys went on to the majors, and a lot of those guys played in the World Series recently when the Nationals won it. That's why I'm holding up one of their baseballs. I got a bat here on the table. My son Zach is 19, but he's Down syndrome. But he is so into baseball. He even worked at the ballpark. He did the scoreboard, and it's just phenomenal what he does.
That's cool.
His whole room he's got Max Scherzer autographs, hat. He's got everything from the Nationals. It's just all the guys have given him things. So we're just a big baseball family. And when anybody says, "Yeah, well, I played baseball," or I'm like, dude,
baseball. Wait, you want to hear something wild?
We could talk forever because I could tell you stories. So
the craziest thing about my baseball story is I played for the same school and the same coach that my dad played college baseball for.
Wow, no kidding.
So I mean, that's pretty crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it is wild. What position did you play?
I was an outfielder and pitcher.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you played left, center, or right, and pitched.
Yep. I usually play left or center. Usually left.
Yeah, left. There's not too much going on.
Yeah.
It's the right field. He always get the left field.
The playing's fine.
Like looking up in the look at that. They're not paying any attention. So that's pretty cool. Well, that's really cool, my friend. But look at you now. I mean, you're in Nashville. You're part of a great group, Lockeland. You guys are on a roll, and you're going to quickly become a household name. Just keep doing. But you also
thank you, Skip.
I can't say that enough. And I mean it. We're very passionate about what you do and very dedicated to this format that we know good music when we hear it. And obviously we hear it here.
Thank you.
But
thank you that means a lot.
Yes.
Seriously. Thank you.
But you also have another job, right? You were saying that you guys, I mean, you're doing this, but you also got your daytime job, so to speak, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, so what do you guys all do? I didn't hear that part of the interview. I was doing my hair at that point.
They work. They are dancers for the Chippendales when.
I mean, you got to make your money somehow.
That's some good money. Yeah,
don't knock it till you try it.
When you come home with all those dollar bills, hey.
I know a lot of young ladies I can send your way.
Perfect.
However,
Oh man.
So,
Okay.
anyways, so yeah, so they have their daytime jobs, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I actually work at a grocery store. I work at Trader Joe's.
Oh, I love Trader
Oh, wow.
Joe's.
Yeah, I've been there since last July, and
Mhm.
then before that job, after I graduated college, I played drums full time for 9.5 years, 10 years right around there.
Oh,
So,
wow.
I did studio work and touring, and yeah, that was my full time job for almost 10 years. And then a couple of years ago, when we officially decided to start Lockeland, you know, fortunately, some good things started happening with Lockeland, where we kind of started to do this a little bit, and it started to conflict with my drumming career because I was working for other artists, yet trying to do my own thing as well. So
show dates would conflict. Yeah.
Show dates would conflict, just things like that. And so it was just one of those things where I just kind of had to make that decision, like, you know, okay, you know what, like Lockeland is the end game. So I want to, you know, so I just decided, you know, close the bridges, not burn the bridges, you know, and you know, just it's been really great. So it's a really great place to work. There's so many good things I could say about Trader Joe's. I mean, it's all around.
No, I've heard a lot of good things about Trader Joe's, and working in a grocery store during this time, this pandemic.
It's been wild.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, but it's a very you put your life out there every day. You don't know who's coming into that store. You don't know what they're touching. You don't know, you know, it's all that you know, it's a very dangerous job nowadays. You don't know.
It was very interesting. It went from being a great grocery store job, you know, a lot of fun and stuff. And it always is fun. We kept the fun going through the whole thing just to keep the life and the joy. But man, it went from that to, oh my gosh, like this is some pretty serious stuff. And so, but it's like I said, it's a great company. I mean,
that's good.
They treat their employees and their crew members very, very great. And they're just a great company.
And you got Lockeland. And that's you know, and you guys are on that uphill, man. That's really cool. So, and of course, Kyndon, we know you said off the air you work in the banking industry. So
I grew up in banking. I've pretty much done that my whole life. So that's my day job, though. Like I said, right now it's kind of on the back burner, but still do it. But yeah, it's kind of on the back burner because we're trying to pursue this dream. You know,
That's right. And a lot of people don't realize, I think a lot of people, maybe some of our viewers or our listeners don't realize what goes into doing what you're doing. It's a lot of work. There's a business side of it that nobody sees.
That's most of it, honestly. Honestly, like a lot of our days are just a lot of emails and communications with people and just trying to schedule different things. It's mainly a lot of business, you know?
Yep. Just it's amazing. It's amazing. Can we hear another song? Do you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
We want to do Made for Mornings?
Would you like to hear the single acoustic, or would you like to hear another song? Would you like to hear Made for Mornings acoustic?
I'll leave that entirely up to you. If you want to play your single, that's great. I don't mind. I don't think any of our viewers or listeners mind. They hear the acoustic version, and they can hear the fully produced version real soon on the Wolf in Syracuse. So that's, you know, just saying. Just saying.
Hey, that's awesome.
All right.
Of course, I sit here and I don't even play.
I need a peanut butter cup. That's what I need.
A peanut butter cup.
I love it.
All right, let's try it.
All right.
All right.
Yep.
1, 2.
How you always smiling when you wake me up. This early rising's never been my cup, but now you give me reasons to be pinched out of my sleep, and this is too good to be dreaming. I used to be a late night party type, sipping on the high life, getting at 5 a.m., sleeping till it's night again. And you answer is I'm smelling roses on my pillow. Found my sunrise Amarillo. Your eyes come alive with you. I used to be a late night party type, sipping on the high life, getting at 5 a.m., sleeping till it's night again. And you showed up without warning. Yeah, you got me thinking I was made for more days. Yeah. Dream come true. Never really lived, but now I live for you. I used to be a late night party type, sipping on the high, getting at 5 a.m., sleeping till it's night again. And you showed up without warning. Yeah, you got me thinking. I used to be a late night party type, sipping on the high life, getting at 5 a.m., sleeping till it's night again. You showed up without warning. Yeah, you got me thinking I was made for waking up, coffee cup. Baby, I can't get enough of kissing you, sunshine and getting tangled up with you. You showed up without warning. Yeah, you got me thinking I was made for more days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Woo, yeah. And of course, some of your fans and Michael, harmonies don't get much better than this. Great job, boys. And ahead of that, of course, we had we had this guy, James Fowler. I don't know if you know him or not, but yes,
James.
can't get enough of Made for Mornings. Great music and harmonizing. So
Oh,
very
Thanks, James. Appreciate that, dude.
that's very cool. So yeah, we're talking with Lockeland tonight. They're in Nashville. We're in Syracuse, and we're doing this all with the wonders of today's technology. 20 years ago, we would not have been able to do this. And who knows if we would even be doing this now if it wasn't for the pandemic.
That's right.
It's just it's amazing. And I know Deb and I have had these conversations with artists and different people that we've interviewed that 20 years ago, this is forcing us to go back to go to drive-in movies, do things that we got away from, and bringing families back together and going to church and doing things as a family, as a unit, as opposed to all of us running in so many different directions. So maybe that's the other good side of that.
It taught everybody how to slow down a little.
Yes.
And appreciate the everyday. My wife and I we just hung out together the whole entire time. That's all we could do. We just ride the couch and watch Netflix or watch TV.
What did you binge watch?
We watched we watched all of Peaky Blinders.
Oh wow, okay.
And that was a phenomenal show. We tried it before. We tried watching it, and then we couldn't understand the slang, like the UK slang that they had in the show.
Yeah.
And so we watched it with subtitles, and it was incredible. It's such an incredible show. It's great. I highly recommend that show.
What about Ozark? Did any of you watch Ozark or?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Watched all of
I haven't
Ozark
seen
too.
that.
Yeah.
The Tiger King.
Yeah, Tiger King watched that
Tiger
too.
King,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. My wife's been binge watching How to Get Away with Murder.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding. She's been watching that, but I have to laugh about it. So if all of a sudden Skip Happens disappears,
Why?
I'm watching a lot of those murder shows.
How to Get Away with It? Wow.
Yeah.
That's funny.
They teach you how to do it, basically.
So no,
It's terrible.
That's actually where I got my
Pretty
dog.
much.
After?
Yeah. How to Get Away with Murder. There's a guy on there named Asher.
yes.
And so you named
And
the dog
that's-
after?
And I like that name, so I named my dog Asher because of
Oh
that
my
show.
God.
I just remembered that.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. And is that do you all have pets, or is that just the one dog that's hiding behind the couch? Or
Just me.
Yeah.
Yep.
oh, okay. All right, very cool. Very
And
cool.
he's like 84 pounds, 82 pounds, something like
And
that.
he's hiding behind a that looks like
Yeah,
the
he's back here. Yeah.
What kind of dog is he?
Asher, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Get up here. Come on. Come on. Come on.
There you go.
Get
Come
up
on.
here. Come here.
Oh,
There he is.
Oh my goodness.
that's awesome. How old is Asher?
So he is 3. He'll be 4 in November.
Oh, it's baby.
Oh,
And he is a Bernedoodle, so Bernese Mountain Dog mixed with a poodle.
wow.
Yeah.
One extreme to the other.
Now
Wow. That's
he may just hang here. Who knows?
He may just sit up here. I don't know.
fine. That's fine. I
He's
love
like,
it.
no, I'm gonna
He's
go
like,
lay
I'm
back
done.
down.
His camera shy.
Yeah.
Do you take him with you when you guys hit the road?
I don't. It depends on where we're going.
First off, gotta say, Asher hates me.
He's starting. I feel like he's gotten better about it.
He's got
100%
he's-
true.
Okay, check it
Yeah.
out. Today when I came in,
He only
barked
barked
at you
like
once.
he
once.
barked once.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a big deal. Like,
Most of the time, it's an
he went
attack. It's an
Yeah.
attack.
And this has been for years, and I love dogs. I grew up with dogs. I grew up
Right.
with golden retrievers, and other dogs, like, they love me.
Yeah.
They come up, super friendly.
I think Asher's got some competition going with the hair. So
Yeah.
I think so.
That may be the case.
I
Yeah.
think so. I think he looks at me and he's like, "Oh, all right." You know.
I don't think he's ever been around a long-haired dude before, though.
Yeah, he's
You know what I mean?
probably
He's
like-
only
he's
been
probably
around
like,
long-haired
"That's-"
girls, so he's probably just confused at first.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys are funny. Do you have a favorite cover song that you guys like to play when you're out on the road?
Mine right now is the Grundy County auction. So
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
Grundy County auction incident, John Michael Montgomery.
John
We
Oh.
recently did that, and I've
That's a
loved that
blast.
song since I first heard it on the radio, and I think it's just
Yeah.
so much fun to play. It's so much fun to play.
Dust on the Bottle is the one for me, though.
Oh,
David
I love
Murphy.
Dust on the
I love
Bottle,
Dust
too,
on the Bottle.
That'll never get old.
Bro, we have a Gin Blossoms mashup that we do.
Oh wow.
I love that one.
And Train. We do a
And
Train
Train
mashup
mashup,
too.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
Love that Gin Blossoms mashup. We do a lot of, like, in our full band show.
Mhm.
Like we have an hour and a half full band show.
Uh-huh.
When, like, for our longest one, and we do quite a bit of covers in there. We cover Joe Diffie.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm.
Joe Diffie, rest in
Peace.
peace.
Yeah.
Vince
Yeah.
Gill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Luke
Luke
Combs.
Luke Combs.
Do you get to,
Yeah.
do you ever get to hang with like Luke Combs or anybody like that? I mean,
No,
No,
Not yet.
not yet.
Not
Yeah.
you will.
and you know what? Nashville's a big small town.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you never know who you're going to run into at certain events or
Right.
anywhere, to be honest with you. So, yeah.
It's cool. It's cool. It is. It's a big small town. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Great way to put it. And the big side of things, the way Nashville is growing is just every day it's bigger every day. It's just over the years that I've been going, and every year I go, it's like, wow, is this the same Nashville? It just kind of keeps growing. There's a crane on every corner. I know last time we were there was like, we stayed at the Omni, and there was like a crane at every corner.
Yeah.
So it was crazy.
Still like that.
Still
now.
that way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Crazy stuff.
Mhm.
I'm sure they kept working through quarantine.
They did.
Yeah. They
They
did.
did.
Yeah.
They keep
They
building
did,
up over there.
It just keeps on
State
going.
as well. Yeah.
I just hope we don't lose the feel of Nashville, if you know what I mean. Nashville is known just for the music and all the different genres of music, not just country. I mean, anybody that's anybody is in Nashville, pretty much. And I just hope we don't lose that small town feel, if that makes sense. Even though it's getting big, Nashville is still, I want it always to be Nashville. And I want it always to have those honky tonks, and I want it always to have that music playing, and and not have that big city feel. But
Yeah.
I hope we never lose that. So
Yeah. Us too.
And I think that comes down to I think once the city's going to continue to grow, but I think that feeling of a hometown is really from the songwriters and the artists and the music that's being played and in the bars and stuff, and to
yes,
always remember where the musicians came from. You know, everyone, all the musicians, just like us, everyone's got a story to tell.
Yes.
So as long as we can keep that always alive, even in the Broadway bars downtown, wherever we're playing, I mean, the idea of Nashville as a whole is a dreamer city, where you know dreamers come from all over the place to move down here, and you could tell the ones who are green who come in, they're like, I'm gonna be a writer, I'm gonna be there. I remember being that way too. When I moved to Nashville, when I wrote, I mean, awful songs. I mean, the songs were terrible. I mean, and I could say that about my own songs now, looking back and go, they're terrible. But but the idea of not stopping that and to keep that going, to have those dreamers, that's what's going to keep, I think. I mean, in my opinion, is going to keep Nashville. That if you don't have that, it's not the same anymore.
Yeah. What advice would you give somebody? Let's say somebody that's watching this, listening to this, maybe somebody that's not in Nashville. Let's just say somebody from the Northeast, and they want to be like you guys. Do you think they need to move to Nashville? What advice would you give somebody that wants to do what you're doing?
Always be present in like the places you want to be in. Like, so with the bars downtown, or the writers' nights, or the songwriters, stuff like that. Be present, be involved, get to know
relationships. Yeah.
If I could give if I could give myself advice 10 years ago, and say, hey, this is what you need to do, you know, to get to make it in Nashville, in the city, it would be to be out and be involved and get around. And like I said, we didn't really do that. I didn't really do that in the beginning. But if you can get that going right away, if you can move to Nashville and you can be out and you can go out and you're a social butterfly. I mean, not everybody's a social butterfly. I'm not. I'm definitely an introverted person.
Whiskey kind of changes.
I guess a little bit. Yeah, a little bit would happen. It's a social lubricant, alcohol.
Yeah, exactly. He was quiet 5 minutes ago. Now he won't stop talking.
I was quiet all before, and I'm like, yeah, right.
You know, and I was living in Colorado before I moved here, and one of my good buddies, still one of my best friends. I met him at a gym about 11 years ago in Colorado, and he plays for Darius Rucker. And he and I just met at the gym randomly, became good buddies. We went to the concert, and I remember just having a conversation with him, and he was like, you know, if you're serious about music, you need to move to Nashville. And so I ended up packing up my things, and I moved in with him. He was always gone on the road, but I moved in with him at his house, which was like 30 minutes from here. And, you know, I couldn't really get out and about, but I learned a lot just being friends with him and meeting people and stuff like that. So it's just kind of crazy how life happens.
Get yourself out there, network.
Yeah.
I would say for me, the biggest piece of advice, honestly, is really just to be yourself.
Yeah.
Be yourself. Don't try to change who you are. Sometimes that can be very tempting to do, you know, especially in this industry. But just be yourself and be a person of integrity, and be a good person, and be competent at what you do. And especially like in regards to me, having worked as a professional drummer for 10 years.
Yep.
You know, the hired guns, if you will, that work for the other artists, like, what do I need to do that? It's like, well, you've got to be competent at your instrument, obviously. So you have to take the necessary steps in life to get there, to be professional, to be able to be called for any type of gig or show and do it. So there is that. But beyond that, honestly, just be yourself, be a person of integrity, be on time.
I'd fail right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, it's, you know, of course, there's a lot that goes into those things, but you know,
exactly.
People want to work with people who are genuine and real. You know?
Have self-confidence and be able to take criticism.
Yeah,
yes,
for sure. Oh gosh,
be able to hear the word no a million times.
Yeah.
I was
How many
just gonna ask about that.
Yeah, exactly. How many times did you hear no?
Yeah.
Probably you can't.
Honestly,
how much time do you have?
I mean, really, it's probably all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an all the time thing, and it doesn't. Don't get discouraged by that word, and let that help you push you forward. You know, it's more fuel to the fire.
Well, look where you guys are right now. You're together. You got a great group. Lockeland is climbing the charts, and of course, out with the new single "Made for Mornings." And if somebody wants to get a hold of your music, I would assume you've got a website, which is what's your website?
That is www.locklandband.com.
That's easy.
LOCKELAND. Yeah, we also have Facebook and Instagram and
TikTok and all that fun stuff.
That's cool.
Yes.
Your socials and all that, and they can get the music and they can hear the music, which is available. And I imagine just about anywhere where you should go and get the music. I would imagine it's
the singles available on Spotify, all your local digital retailers. I like to say, all on your computers and your phones and stuff. Yeah, it's all available out right now. You can go check it out.
Yeah,
cool. So, what do you guys quickly before we wrap it up tonight? What do you guys do for fun?
No.
Besides, I know playing in the band's got to be a lot of fun. I get that, but it's a lot of work too. But what do you guys do for fun? Do you ever just kind of put the guitar down and maybe you say, you know, I'm going to go for a drive, or I'm going to go throw a ball around, or I don't know, I like to run, or.
I mean, right? I think
I exercise. I enjoy working out and just kind of it takes my mind off of things. But I also like cars.
Oh, cool.
I've got an old Land Cruiser that I'm just like, it's in Kansas.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get it out here because I'm like, that would be fun to just go cruising, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What year is the Land Cruiser?
It's a 76.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool car.
It's cool.
Cool truck.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I guess for me, it's during quarantine, I have a heavy bag at home and I was doing some boxing in the heavy bag.
Oh, cool.
For almost every day. As much as I could, you know, before my arms got too tired from doing it too much. Did that, and then Kyndon and I we play a lot of Call of Duty.
Yeah.
We love Call of Duty. We've loved Call of Duty for years. And a friend of ours got us introduced to Call of Duty a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
and we've probably got everyone.
It's like if we have nothing going on.
Yeah, we
just need like just to take our mind off of things, then we'll
mental break.
Yeah.
Now we got our band into it too, like our guys that we hire. You know, like we got them into it too now.
Yeah, the guitar player we hire, our bass player plays it. I mean, the songwriter buddies play it, so we get on there and play.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And it's
a fun fact here is you were talking about boxing. Mark and I both were trainers.
Yeah,
at a boxing club.
Boxing. That was another thing that we did before. Actually, right at the beginning of Lockeland started to come around. We were training at a title boxing club.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what we did.
Teaching classes and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. That's really cool. Wow.
I like history a lot. So
I knew you were going to say that.
So I
go back in time. Yeah, everything back to the future.
I was going to say that you're the one that probably would like history and all this classic. When you said classical music before, I picture you as that type of person.
I am that type of person.
Very much,
very much so.
And I say, okay, yeah, he's cool. He probably, okay, maybe some video games. And then, of course, it just with Mark, it's like, yeah, I get it. I can see your arms. Looks like you work out. I get it. You get 3 different personalities, but they all come together really good.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Blend.
Hey,
we're really looking forward to watching you guys climb that ladder. We'll be right there behind you.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
And I know Deb's going to be making a trip to Nashville rather quickly, and I'm sure hopefully, I was going to say over the summer, but it's already here.
Yeah, maybe in the fall. Maybe in the fall they can get out here.
I'd love to come out and see a show or catch up with you guys somewhere on the road. If you're opening for somebody or something, we'd let you know when we're coming out, even if it's somewhere close. We don't mind driving somewhere. So,
you might go to Binghamton and do a show. Who knows?
I know that's the thing. I was like, I need to get. I have my grandmother's up there. I have some aunts and cousins up there.
I get the hometown rally, man.
Hometown rally. I actually have a cousin in Cortland.
Oh,
that's that's near Homer.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So, I'd love to get back up there. It's funny.
We'd love to have you.
Being raised in upstate New York, I absolutely loved it. And it's one of those things where when you're raised in a place, you take it for granted, it's what you're used to every day. And so when I moved to Nashville, and I love Nashville dearly, but when I went home for the first time, like on one of my breaks from college, I really noticed, I was like, wow, this area is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
With the rolling hills and, all the pine trees and just, especially in the fall, there's nothing like upstate New York in the fall, and so.
No, absolutely.
It's just my mom always would say it looks like a bowl of tricks
Mhm.
on the mountain.
Oh, it is. It's great.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You know,
We hear that quite often. I mean, people that aren't even from New York, they praise how beautiful it is here in the fall.
Yeah.
So
There's nothing like it for sure. And so
Yeah.
definitely grateful to be from upstate New York. I love it.
It's beautiful.
well, we will
4 seasons.
we'll keep a tab on your schedule. I'm sure you will be playing up here at some point.
And you know
You'd
what?
love to. Oh my gosh.
Fingers
So great.
crossed. But
Yes.
With the Great New York State Fair, they have several stages, and they're always looking for talent, and they have all different levels of talent. They have different stages for different levels of talent. And we've last year we had quite a few Nashville artists come through and play at the fair. And they usually come to where I work at the Wolf, and they'll say, "Hey, who do you recommend, or who can we get a hold of?" Or and it's you get paid to play the fair, so that's a good thing too.
yeah.
And they put you in front of a lot of people. Now, the reason I say that is because Peter J. Boris at the Syracuse State Fair. All right, who's this guy? You know him?
That guy? Oh, I have no idea.
You better watch out for that guy.
Better watch out for that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
That's just my dad.
That's your dad?
That's my dad.
I kind of figured when I saw Boris. That's why I did that. But he's mentioning the Syracuse State Fair. So, and look at that. He's on a drum kit. I love it. I love it.
Yep.
Love it.
There you go. Yeah.
Go.
Yeah,
There you go. Your dad didn't have any hair, and you've got it all.
For now.
I love it. Hey, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for spending like an hour with us here tonight, just chatting and just talking about life and talking about everything in general, from how you got your start, having fun, and just everything. That's what's so cool about doing a podcast like this. And it's so cool that if you get to watch something like this, and you learn a lot about the artists such as yourself, and hopefully they go to the website and check it out and check out the music. And it's one way of getting you out there, and just nothing better. So you guys,
Well, we thank you. We appreciate you having us on.
Yeah,
It's fun.
and spread the word. It Skip happens.
Mhm.
Definitely.
We'll
do
do
it.
it. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. I think this has been a lot of fun.
It's been great.
It's been a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
great.
Well, we appreciate everything you do. Best of luck to you guys, and hopefully our paths will cross sooner than later. Just keep an eye on what's going on with everything here. So pretty good shape. Fingers are crossed, but pretty good shape. So stay safe, guys, and peace out, y'all.
Take care. Thank
Thanks.
you for
Thank you,
joining
guys.
us. We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Skip and Dad. Appreciate it.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
You guys rock. It's Lockeland, and there they are, and there they